A Cape buffalo stands at the edge of the grassland, alone. Hundreds of ticks cling to its hide, around its ears, around its eyes, deep inside the folds of its neck. It shakes its head. It rubs against a dead acacia trunk. Nothing works. The blood keeps feeding something smaller than itself. Then, movement near a termite mound. A brown shape slips out. Then another. Then 5 more, 6, 7. A whole family of banded mongooses, spilling into the morning light. Small, fast, curious. Tiny feet on hard-packed earth. They move together the way a family moves. Pups stumbling behind adults. Noses down, testing the air, testing the ground. One adult lifts its head. It has seen the buffalo. The mongoose family crosses the open grass in a loose, scattered line. A giant with crushing hooves, allowing a dozen tiny bodies to approach without fear. The lead mongoose reaches the buffalo's foreleg first. It pauses. It sniffs the thick, dusty skin. Then it climbs. One quick peck. The first tick disappears. Another mongoose follows, then another, until the buffalo's flank is covered in small, moving shapes. Small beside a giant, yet perfectly at home. The buffalo does not flinch. It has done this before. Around the ears, the mongooses work fastest. The skin here is thin, folded, easy to search. A mongoose pins one ear flat with its front paws and digs through the fine hair at the base, pulling ticks free one at a time. One tick, then another, and another. Each one swallowed whole. Across the eyelids, the work slows. A mongoose moves with more care here, close to the buffalo's eye, using its nose more than its teeth. The buffalo blinks but does not pull away. Just trust built through a strange partnership. Down along the dewlap, the loose skin hanging beneath the neck, 3 mongooses work at once, spreading the folds apart with their paws, searching each crease. Ticks cluster here in the dozens, swollen and dark. The mongooses pick through them methodically, left to right, top to bottom, missing nothing. A pup tries to join. It climbs onto the buffalo's shoulder, slips, tries again. An adult nearby keeps working close enough for the pup to watch. The pup mimics the motion, head down, nose pressed to skin, before finding its first tick, small and clumsy, but real. By midday, the cleaning crew has spread across the buffalo's entire body. Some work the legs, gripping the coarse hair above each hoof, checking between the toes where ticks hide from sight. Others climb higher, along the spine, balancing on the ridge of the buffalo's back. A few stay near the belly, the softest and most vulnerable skin, where parasites gather thickest. The buffalo lies down. It is a signal. Mongooses swarm closer, using the new angle to reach the groin and inner thighs, areas the buffalo could never clean on its own. The animal lifts one hind leg slightly, holding it there, giving the mongooses room to work. 15 bodies, 20, moving over one motionless giant. Nearby, the wider grassland carries on around them. Egrets pick through the short grass a few meters off, snapping at insects disturbed by the buffalo's hooves. Dragonflies hover low over a shallow puddle. A second buffalo, further down the slope, watches the cleaning from a distance, then slowly begins moving toward it, as if joining a line. The mongoose family works in waves. One group finishes an area and moves to the next, while another circles back to recheck skin already cleaned once, catching ticks that were missed or that have shifted position since. The rhythm is steady, unhurried, almost mechanical. One feather of grass bends under a mongoose's weight, then straightens again as it moves on. The buffalo's breathing slows. Its eyes half close. A tail flick here and there, but otherwise it stays still, letting the small bodies work across it like a living carpet. But nature is not always clean. It is not always gentle. Researchers who have studied this partnership in East Africa have noted something the casual observer misses. Mongooses do not only eat ticks. Sometimes they bite deeper than they need to. Sometimes they open small wounds and linger there, drawn to blood rather than parasites. What looks like grooming is, at times, something closer to feeding on the host itself. Modern cameras placed near these gatherings have revealed behavior few people ever noticed before. A mongoose pausing at a fresh scratch, staying longer than the moment requires. A buffalo shifting its weight, an almost imperceptible discomfort passing through its body before it settles again. Scientists do not see this relationship as perfect. It can help. It can also irritate. The same small mouth that clears a tick-choked ear can also worry its skin already raw. Nature rarely deals in simple answers. It deals in survival on both sides of the exchange. There is danger here too, and not just for the buffalo. While the mongoose family works, heads down, focused on skin and blood and small moving targets, a jackal watches from the tree line. It has learned that a mongoose swarm means distraction. Small bodies scattered across a slow-moving giant, none of them looking up. One adult mongoose breaks from the group. It rises onto its hind legs, scanning the grass. A single sharp call cuts through the quiet, an alarm high and short. The others freeze mid-motion, ticks forgotten for a moment. The jackal, seeing itself noticed, holds its position rather than charging. The standoff lasts only seconds. Then the mongoose drops back to all fours, and the cleaning resumes, as if the interruption never happened. This too is part of the arrangement. The buffalo, massive and slow to react, benefits from a dozen sets of alert eyes it did not have before. The mongooses, exposed and vulnerable in the open grass, gain the safety of numbers and a warning system built into the herd around them. Neither species asked for this. Both rely on it now. As the sun begins to fall, the pace slows. Fewer ticks remain to be found. The mongooses that started at the ears and dewlap now recheck old ground, more out of habit than necessity. One by one, they climb down from the buffalo's back, dropping into the grass, regrouping near where they started. The buffalo rises slowly, shaking dust from its hide. What ticks remain are fewer, scattered, no longer clustered in visible masses. It turns, unhurried, and walks back toward the herd grazing further down the slope. The second buffalo, the one that had drifted closer earlier, takes its place, lying down in the same worn patch of earth. The mongoose family does not follow. Fed, they turn instead toward the termite mound, moving in the same loose line they arrived in, pups trailing behind adults, noses still low to the ground out of habit rather than need. One pauses to groom a pup's ear, quick and unceremonious, before moving on. Overhead, the light turns gold. Egrets lift off in a scattered group, wings catching the last of the sun before settling further down the grassland. The dragonflies are gone. The puddle has gone still. By the time the mongoose family disappears back into the termite mound, the buffalo herd is a dark shape against the horizon, grazing as if nothing happened. Nothing dramatic did. Just a family of small, sharp-toothed animals finding a meal on the skin of something 100 times their size, and a giant animal too large to clean itself, depending on creatures it could crush without noticing. Tomorrow, the ticks will return. Tomorrow, so will the mongooses. One buffalo standing still in the grass, quietly feeding a family it will never recognize as anything more than small brown shapes moving across its skin. From the body of one giant, an entire small world finds its next meal.